Shall we begin? Shall we begin? Let's begin now. Let's begin now. Let's begin now. Let's begin now.
Thank you for joining us. You know, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, folks. Without a doubt, we have the best house band in Las Cruces. I'm your host, Sam Stichter. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of This Week. You know, folks, this show is going to be out of this world. Well, Election Day, thank goodness it's come and gone. And looks like we're going to have a new president. Well, maybe. I wonder what President Harris will be like. Oops, I mean President. And you know, folks, the sad part is, in some states, not all the votes are even counted yet. CNN, however, has declared Joe Biden the winner in all 87 states. It's been crazy. Well, it's almost Thanksgiving. You know, this year we've been told not to have large family gatherings for the holidays because of the virus. Wait a minute, do you mean I'm not going to be able to see my in-laws at Thanksgiving? Oh, what a shame. And speaking of the virus, the World Health Organization, you know them, they're better known as WHO, has announced that dogs cannot contract the coronavirus. So if you've been quarantining your dog, you can stop now. But let's be clear, who let the dogs out? Our crack writing team, they spent days coming up with that one. Who? As always, folks, we have a great show this week. Alex Caruth from Spaceport America is here. Woo! And we also have a great singer, Chris Baker, is going to be here. Country singer, new album, you're not going to want to miss it. So grab your favorite fall beverage and snack, but hurry up, because we're going to be right back after this quick message.
It was a success. Beautiful flight, the recovery system worked, everything looked really good. Now all we have to do is just go out and get it. We'll have a team who will go out and find the rocket based off of where we last saw it, and then they'll bring her home.
Experience the excitement of Spaceport America Cup 2021. Come and join us June 22nd through the 26th. Visit us at spaceportamericacup.com.
Broken AC, $4,600. Water heater, $1,500. Fridge on the fritz, $1,000.
You won't pay any of that when you have home warranty coverage from the Home Service Club.
They'll repair or replace your covered home appliances and systems for around $1 a day.
HSC provides coverage of up to 47 different appliances and systems in your home.
Call the number on your screen now. Get a month free plus $75 off your first year HSC home warranty. No worries, just service.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome back to This Week. You know, folks, we have a great show for you. Like I said, it's going to be out of this world. Later in the show, we got Alex Caruth from Spaceport America, the New Mexico Spaceport Authority. But folks, I got to tell you, if you've been tuning in to This Week over the last couple of months, you know we are the go-to place for music in the Las Cruces area. We've had some great bands and great musicians in the house here, and tonight we have another one. We have Chris Baker joining us. Chris, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Happy to be here, definitely.
Chris has some exciting news. You're going to be releasing a new album?
I've got a new album on the way, yep. December 11th. It's been an entire year's worth of work, and even more so on top of that, but I'm just super pumped to finally get it out there.
Yeah,
I've been promising that it was going to be 2020 for like 2 years now.
and you're just making the deadline, right?
Barely, we got it close. Yep.
Well, you can tell everybody that you got it out just in time for Christmas. They can buy it for
Exactly.
Christmas.
Stocking stuffers, that's what I say. Yeah, stocking stuffers.
So I know you said you're going to be having a release party. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so December 11th, we're going to have it down at the Amador. So, it's going to be a nice big open area. They got plenty of space out there. They've got the lawn. They've got, the different patios out there. So I thought it'd be a perfect place with, everything going on with 2020 to get the album out there, have it be a safe place, but also where we can get plenty of people in and come listen to the album live. I'll be playing all the songs live with my band, and we'll also be, I'll have T-shirts, I'll have CDs,
wow, okay.
I'll have
That'll be fun.
stickers, we'll have all sorts of stuff. So I'm excited for it. Yeah, definitely. And it's just one of those things that. So this year was a big difference on what I've done in the past. In the past, I've done different studios that I've worked with and things like that. But with the shutdown this year, I just decided, well, I'm going to teach myself and do it myself.
Wow. Okay.
And so I downloaded some software online that I'd read about and some friends of mine had told me about, and basically just hunkered down, took some online classes, and as I would learn different techniques and things like that, I just would add them into my own songs, and and so it's been a labor of love for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And
I know you told me so not only have you done that, not only have you produced, but you told me you've written every song on this album.
they're all originals.
Wow.
Everything's original. And actually, the only one that I will say that I didn't fully write, there's a song on the album that's called Ghost. And so a good friend of mine, Julian Alexander, he's a filmmaker, and he's based out of here, but he was teaching in London as this thing started.
Okay.
And he's also a bit of a rapper. And so we're in April when everything's shut down, right? And he's stuck, not able to go anywhere, and I'm stuck at home, not able to go anywhere.
As we all are. Yeah.
And I said, well, here's this chorus that I've been working on for, I've had this chorus for like a year. It never went anywhere. You want to try to write something out of it? And he took it and ran with it. And so
you want to give us a little sample of what that sounds
crazy.
like?
You got me feeling like a ghost as I'm walking through the door. I wish you could know what I feel like now. Turn around, everyone can see what you think about me. And I know you know that I'm feeling like a ghost. And then enter a rap verse.
All right, yeah.
And as you can probably tell, that's not very country either,
Yeah.
So it was this whole, I'm doing like synthesizers and like these like heavy bass 808s and
Well,
these crazy.
you're keeping yourself, kind of keeping yourself away from the pack, right?
You want to talk
doing your own
about thinking
thing.
outside the box.
Yes.
That's what that song was, thinking outside the box. But it was a blast to do. And it's turned into one of my favorites. And actually, that one's available. So that one's out there on YouTube right now.
Good.
So I released
check it out.
I released a lyric video to that one. So that one's out there in the world already. I figured that'll be the early release, that song. So.
Well, you were telling me before the show, you have a lot of influences, not just country.
Oh, geez, all over the place, yeah.
You mentioned the blues.
So the blues stuff, so I've always been kind of labeled a country guy. That's been one of the things that through the years, country, and especially like the red dirt Texas kind of country world has been kind of my happy place. But, I've really gotten into, here I'm with an acoustic, but I've gotten into electric sounds and different things throughout the years. And really blues is what I've kind of gravitated towards. But I feel like I try to take, because country music is all about lyrics. When you're writing a country song, you know, everybody wants to hear what you got to say and hear this story. You know,
Yeah.
you want to be a storyteller.
You don't want to be the dog in my truck. And
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course, you got to have those songs. But, you know, so I'm trying to take some of those aspects to my blues world, but also some of my own personal experiences, and also some of the things that I maybe want to do in my future in music.
Right.
And that's kind of what this album's about.
Okay, cool.
But I was messing with album cover ideas, and the
Yeah,
title.
let's see.
The title of albums is always a thing that kind of gets away from me. You know, like, because you got all these songs, and obviously you probably
There you go. We'll show it here.
you want to say that you love every one of the songs on the album, right?
Yeah, it's like your
You
children,
know, like
right?
yeah. And so, like, imagine you got, you know, it's like one of my albums had only 4 songs on it, and so you got 4 songs, and it's like, imagine you got 4 kids, but you got to say this kid's my favorite,
Right.
you know. And so picking a song that you want to be the album cover is a tough thing, but a lot of people always laugh at me, you know, when I be out at different shows and things like that. You know, they'll say, you know, do you want our specialty cocktail, or do you want our, you know, we have this beer on special tonight.
Yeah.
Just bourbon on the rocks. That's all I want.
You're a bourbon on the rocks
That's
guy,
it.
huh?
And so yeah, so it
That's where
also
it
kind
came
of goes
from.
with the personality that and the persona and stuff. So a lot of people that know me, they see bourbon on the rocks and they're like, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
That's the guy, the bourbon on the rocks
Yeah,
guy.
definitely. And so it just kind of felt right, and worked with actually my sister and her husband. They have a design company out of Austin.
Oh, okay,
and
awesome.
they did all the work with that, and it was just lights out. You know, they designed the T-shirts. I'm shamelessly plugging.
Hey, we shamelessly plug here all the time.
Yeah, so this is a total shameless plug, wearing my own gear.
I like that.
Yeah. So these aren't available just yet, but they will be very soon, because we got a couple more designs on.
Are the
there.
rocks supposed to be the
So
Oregon
the
Mountains,
rocks
or
are
am I just seeing that?
The rocks are the Oregon Mountains.
I was just going to
They
say,
are,
that's
yeah.
awesome.
And so, gosh, and that was the big surprise, you know, because I told him, I was like,
Did I give it away?
Let's do something. No, so it was actually the surprise from my brother-in-law
That's
that
awesome.
designed it. So he tells me, he said, I got a really cool idea for the cover. He said,
That is a cool
I don't
idea.
want your input until after it's done.
No pun intended. Cool.
Yeah. And so he says, I have a really cool idea, and I just want to see what you think of it before I tell you about it. And he sends me this cover, and I was just like, oh my God, yes, everything about it, yes. And you know, the colors and everything, yeah. So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
So speaking of Las Cruces and the Oregon Mountains, I know we were talking before the show. You're not originally from Las Cruces, but you've been here for a while.
Yeah, so I've been here since 2006 was when I moved to Las Cruces. I was in Abilene, Texas before that. Moved all over the place, originally born in Albuquerque. But the cool thing about this that everybody will say too is that I studied geology in college. So a lot of people
There
that
you
know
go.
me, to see mountain ranges on my album cover, it totally makes sense too. So that's what my degree was in, which now I'm using to play rock music.
Rock, there you
Instead
go.
of- yeah.
Rock and country.
And so so that's what I studied here, and I came here to study geology, and then just I love the town. You know, there's so much good about Las Cruces.
Yes.
And it's really kept me here through the years. And it's just a good place to be. Good place
Now, I know
to
you
have.
sing all over town, right? What are some of the places that we
So
can
all over the place, you know, you got the Game 1 and 2. The Amador is a good one. All the Icebox locations.
Okay, cool.
Just was down there tonight
Another
chatting
cool
with
deal,
them.
Icebox.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you know, we were actually talking some fun like New Year's ideas with them, because you know, with the 10 o'clock end time, they were saying let's do Iceland's New Year's.
There you go.
And I thought that was just a genius idea.
pretty
and I'm
funny,
just like,
actually.
So then it's like 5 p.m. and everybody goes home. And so it works great for this year. But yeah, so the Icebox, and then we got some great places down in Mesilla. You know, you got Vintage Wines and Don Felix Cafe.
Yeah.
Hacienda La Posta does music. We have some great other like wineries with Sombra Antigua. We got Amaro Winery. I mean, I will say that I feel very fortunate that in a year like this year that I'm living in Las Cruces, especially because as a performer, you know, I mean, we want to be out there doing
Right.
our thing. And obviously I can't do any of my travel that I would normally do, some of them out of town shows and stuff. So I'm just so fortunate that we have the wineries that I can
Yes.
play, you know, and it has to be a moderate crowd and that kind of stuff. And we can't do any of our festivals that we have most of the fall.
Well, Neil McCallum was here, and I know he mentioned that he's been playing at a lot of the wineries
Yeah,
as
because
well.
that's the world. Yeah, he's been doing the Rio Grande Winery. They just
Yeah.
switched owners, and
Yeah.
great people down there. They're just fantastic. And so I mean, we're real fortunate to be where we are and being able to perform, you know, still to a live audience. And you know, the wineries, it's just a great setting. They have the patios, they have the space,
All right.
they've got everything. But
All right, well, let's show your album cover here one more time.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
we're going to take a break, but when we come back, you're going to be singing your hit song off here.
Yep, we're gonna start off with Bourbon on the Rocks,
Right,
definitely.
the title song. All right, so we're looking forward to that. And then later in the show, you're also going to be singing another song, I
I
hope.
got another one. I got
All right.
another one with me.
All
Yep.
right, so you're not going to want to miss this, folks. You need to stay tuned. All right, that's Chris Baker, Bourbon on the Rocks. We'll see you after these messages. Stay tuned.
Three, two, one, fire.
Attention Medicare customers with diabetes. Now you can stop the painful pricking of your fingers with a continuous glucose monitor. And they're covered by Medicare if you qualify. Call right now for free information.
This first song is going to be the title track off the new album, actually. This one's called Bourbon on the Rocks. I hope you enjoy it. My body feels like it's late December. I need to take a little rest. Crave the taste of that Kentucky bourbon with a block of ice on my top lip. You make me feel warm inside. Forget all the troubles that I hide. Nothing else makes me feel alright. Like a bourbon on the rocks with you tonight. American grown, American made, aged inside a charred oak cask. Nothing else quite gets me, puts me more at ease. With you right next to me, what else could I ever ask? You make me feel warm inside. Forget all the troubles that I hide. Nothing else makes me feel alright. Like a bourbon on the rocks with you tonight. Let's take a drive, go far enough out, no cell phone, and see the Milky Way. I'll light up a fire, red river sky, watch the smoke rise and fade away.
make me feel warm inside. Forget all the troubles that are always high. Nothing else makes me feel alright. Like a bourbon on the rocks with you tonight. Ain't nothing like a bourbon on the rocks. Oh, there's nothing like a bourbon on the rocks. Oh, tonight. Well, there's nothing like a bourbon on the rocks tonight.
That was awesome, Chris. And you know, folks, for a special treat, Chris is going to be back later in the show. So Chris, you know what? Go sit in the green room for a little while, get a snack, relax, and we'll see you in a little while.
You got it, Sam. I'm up for another one. I'll be back here in just a few minutes.
This songs are just out of this world. And speaking of out of this world, we have our next guest works for Spaceport America right here in New Mexico. Please welcome to the show, Alex Cruces.
Thank you.
And Alex, I know you are the public relations media coordinator up there.
Yes.
I mean, that sounds like a really exciting job to me. What are some of the things you do for Spaceport America and for the New Mexico Spaceport Authority?
So I run all of the public relations for Spaceport America, and that also includes our STEM outreach program as well, which is really important for us to make sure that the future workforce are ready to be able to come and join us at Spaceport to work for our customers. And I'm also here to talk about what we do at Spaceport, explain exactly what we are, because I get that question a lot, and what it is that we're going to be doing in the next few weeks, which is very exciting.
Oh, yes, I know you have a lot of things. I mean, you mentioned STEM, and as I mentioned to you before the show, I am a teacher. So STEM, of course, and for those of you who don't know what STEM is, that's science, technology, engineering, and math. And of course, that fits with everything at Spaceport America.
Yes. You do have to have a certain level of understanding. Even in a public relations coordinator's position, you have to understand a bit about science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, so you're able to talk about it in any kind of public forum. So it's a really important skill set that everybody who works at Spaceport America has to understand. And we currently have over 250 full-time positions at Spaceport America, not working for the agency that manages it. Those are all our customer positions.
Oh. Okay, and you mentioned that something exciting is going to be coming up next week. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Virgin Galactic have publicly announced that the window of opportunity to have their first powered space flight from Spaceport America will be November the 19th to 23rd. And what that means is the first flight to space by humans from New Mexico. That makes us the third state.
Long time coming,
It has been, but you know, as I was saying to you off camera before, Sam, space is hard and it's very difficult to put a timeline to, and I think there's been a lot of reluctance to really believe that it's happening, and I'm here to tell you it really is, and we're very excited to see it happening at Spaceport.
Yes, and I know we talked a little bit as well about that. Sometimes I don't think people really realize how much is actually going on at Spaceport America. It's not just Virgin Galactic. I mean, they are the anchor tenant, but there's other companies like UP Aerospace and Boeing that you know.
Yeah, we actually have 4 on-site tenants. That means people that are there all the time. So our latest ones were Air Environment. They work on a project called HAPS Mobile. It's a high altitude platform station. It's about telecommunications. Imagine a cell tower in the sky that's on a solar paneled craft. It's about 260-foot wingspan. It's enormous and very, very thin and very quiet, and flies at an altitude of around 80,000 feet above the sea level. Yeah, so they're a really exciting customer, and they have about 35 full-time employees at Spaceport America. On the south side of our campus, we've got Spin Launch, which are a very secretive company, but they are actually building the world's largest evacuated centrifuge. So they're using kinetic energy, spinning things up at incredible speed and releasing them at somewhere around Mach 5, Mach 6 to reduce the need for that first stage rocket boost. And what I mean by that is to get to orbit, you need to, technology at the moment, have multiple stages. And you'll see them with SpaceX coming back down to Earth. And traditionally it used to come over the sea so that any parts that came off didn't go over populated areas. Well, what they're doing is not needing that first stage by already spinning it up to an incredible speed, getting it to the out through our atmosphere, and then having a last rocket boost to get them out there. And they have 55 full-time employees that's been launched down at Spaceport. And then our fourth full-time tenant is Up Aerospace.
Yes.
They've been launching with us since 2006 and have had 14 successful launches to space from Spaceport America.
And they're doing things with the International Space Station, correct?
They do. They work very closely with NASA's Flight Opportunity Program. So a lot of the technology they take up on their rocket is testing that then goes on to the International Space Station and is then used on different programs outside of our atmosphere.
So I know last year I went for the first time. They had an open house in 2019. I got to finally get out to Spaceport America, and I have to say, just coming over into the desert there and seeing it, because it's basically nothing for miles and miles, and then all of a sudden you see Spaceport America, and it is a real sight to see.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
That's the Gateway to Space facility, which is only one of many facilities out there. A lot of it is that we try to observe the area. It's part of the Camino Real route. We don't want to be obtrusive and taking up too much of the view shed, so it does blend in with the surroundings and the landscape. So it does look like a little extra mound out there, which is quite incredible to see, and very beautiful architecture.
And then we also talked about one of the biggest events that is held at the Spaceport is the Spaceport Cup, right?
Yes, it's our favourite one, actually. It's the world's largest intercollegiate rocket contest.
Wow.
I've had to spend a lot of time remembering that one.
Yes, you say it so smoothly.
And it has around 150 teams that compete from around the globe. We had 14 countries represented in 2019. And for the first time in 2019, we had 2 teams from New Mexico. And out of the 120 that successfully launched, they came in 4th and 5th.
Wow, that's amazing. So in fact, I know we have a video. Let's go ahead and take a look at it here.
We got up at 4 a.m. that morning, so when we were the first team to launch and kick it off, we were a little bit nervous. This was our first time here, but when everything went well, it made it even more exciting. It was all of this hard work over a bunch of different months, so that launch felt really good, but meeting all these different people from all over the world was an incredible experience too. It was all a lot of fun.
We're so excited to be here. We've been preparing for this. We've really wanted to come out here, so it's really cool to see our project come to a complete and be out here, and we're so ready to launch.
3, 2, 1, and we're off!
We could be as well-oiled a machine as there is, and if the students aren't ready, we're not going to get any rockets in the air because these are their projects. This year, so many of the students arrived well-prepared and ready to go. We got over 60 rockets in the air in the first day and a half of flight operations, so we're really proud of this crop of students this year.
Experience the excitement of Spaceport America Cup 2021. Come and join us June 22nd through the 26th. Visit us at spaceportamericacup.com.
All right, that was an amazing video. All those colleges together sending up those rockets must be a sight.
It's incredible. It's the only time you'll ever be able to see that many launches in just a 3-day window. And it is open to the public to come and view it as well. It's a nominal fee of I think it's $20 per ticket to come out and see the launches.
And that's for several days, right?
And yeah, it lasts for 3 days. We have food trucks and vendors out there as well to keep everyone entertained. Then you get to see some fantastic rocket launches.
Yeah, I know unfortunately with everything going on, it was canceled this year, but you're hoping to come back strong in 2021?
Yes, we've got dates for June 22nd to 26th. At the moment, we're still in limbo on how we're going to do it because teams are still working as much as they can on their rockets, socially distancing as much as possible. And we're hopeful we can do something out there. It might not be quite the same big celebration that we would normally have, but because we've got so much space at Spaceport America, we cover 18,000 acres.
Wow.
We think we can socially distance people and make sure that everyone stays relatively safe.
So tell us a little bit about you, Alice. You know, I know I detect a little bit of an accent. I know you're from England originally. You're British. So, but what brought you to Las Cruces?
A boy.
It's always the story. We have people here who always say it's a woman. You say it's a woman. It's always something.
So my husband and I met in the Middle East. I used to be a producer for Al Jazeera News Network over there, and he works for the US government, for the Department of Defense. And he took a position at White Sands Missile Range, and we came over here 7 years ago and haven't looked back.
And New Mexico's definitely, I'm sure, a different place than over in the Middle East.
One desert to another desert.
I was just going to say, what does one desert look like from the other? Yeah.
Pretty similar.
But and then I know you have a background in, like I said, obviously public relations, but you've also worked for TV and everything. What are some of, you said Al Jazeera? What are some?
Yes.
And you've worked here in Las Cruces as well for KTAL?
A little bit. So yeah, I used to do some volunteering for KTAL Community Radio. I've been working with Bravo Mike Communications on a podcast
I've heard you
for the last few months.
Radio.
Yeah, you'll definitely recognize my voice on the radio. And yeah, prior to working in the Middle East, I worked in London for ITV, which is our biggest commercial television network. So yeah, I've got quite a diverse background. I sort of fell into space almost by accident. There is a pun there on purpose. I happened to meet a fellow Brit who was working for Virgin Galactic as the executive vice president, and he asked me to get involved in the Las Cruces Space Festival. So the event you came to last year was run by us. And from that, I worked for a company called Solstar Space, which does Wi-Fi connections for rockets. Very exciting.
Yes.
And then I joined the New Mexico Spaceport Authority back in April, just after the pandemic hit.
So now the real question is, would you go up into space?
I would go up on the Virgin Galactic flight. I think I could just about stomach 10 minutes of zero gravity. Anything beyond that, I think, is probably a little beyond my ability right now.
Yeah, and I know we talked a little before the show. We have several notable celebrities and people who, the top of the list, of course, being the owner of Virgin Galactic, Sir Richard Branson.
Yes, he will be here in early next year. He'll be going up with them for the next flight. So they currently have 3 flights that they've got to complete for part of their testing. The first one will be next week. The second one will have 4 Virgin Galactic employees on. And then the third flight, which should be by the end of Q1 next year, will be with Richard Branson as the passenger.
Yeah. And then you also mentioned that there are some other celebrities that are secretly, maybe not so secretly, signed up for some flights.
Yeah, they've sold 600 tickets already, and yes, there are quite a few of them that have come out and confirmed that they have tickets. So Lady Gaga is a name that a lot of people will band around, I believe. Justin Bieber and Ashton Kutcher, another couple of names that have come out publicly and said that they have tickets for the flight. So we expect to see those people here in Las Cruces. They have to be at Spaceport America for a minimum of 4 days as part of their training.
Awesome.
So they're going to get a really great opportunity
hobnob around Las Cruces, and get them on the show.
Get to experience the New Mexico culture, which is, you know, for somebody who is an import here, I think it's great. And it's great to be able to go and eat great green chili, and some good tamales, and drink some tequila, margaritas. So that's the appeal of coming out here.
Well, I really do think it's going to be a big boost for not only Las Cruces but New Mexico in general.
Absolutely.
So, and then maybe we can get one of the space astronauts to put Scotty in their bag and take him up to space, and he could be the.
I get asked that one all the time. Can you get me something into space? And I say, if it's anything going up, it's going to be mine first.
And then speaking of space, the Unity rocket, one of my friends who works at Virgin Galactic gave me this coin when Virgin Galactic went public with their stock. So this is a real nice keepsake for me. So I wanted to bring that along since I knew we were going to be talking about Virgin Galactic and Unity, and this is the rocket. So we talked a little bit about how there's the Eve, the mothership.
Yep.
It takes, and then the rocket sits kind of cradled in between. Huh?
Absolutely. So mothership Eve takes the rocket up to 50,000 feet, releases Spaceship 2, and then the rocket kicks in and takes it up to about 50 miles to 55 miles above sea level. So yeah, quite an incredible height.
Well, if I ever come into money, I mean, that's because I know right now the tickets are a tad expensive. But
they are hoping it's going to come down eventually.
Right,
of course, everything is expensive when it first starts out. Airplane tickets were when they first started, but we're hoping in the next 10 years it'll be accessible to a lot more people.
All right, Alice, it's been a pleasure having you here on the show. Hopefully, once everything gets up and going, we can have you back and talk a little bit more about some of the famous celebrities and the astronauts here that are coming to Las Cruces, and how it's been affecting the businesses and everything. And hopefully, by then, Corona will be a thing of the past.
Thank you so much.
All right, but thank you for coming, and stay tuned. We'll be back after these messages with this week.
Hello, everyone. This is Melvin again, and I'm back. Yes, is Sam around? No, I didn't see him around here. Anyways, I'm on This Week with Sam Stuckler. Spector. Anyways, he doesn't like when I say that because he gets a little bit upset about that. Okay, he's so sensitive, you know. Anyways, we had a great show today. We talked with a lady from the spaceport, and she said Lady Gaga is gonna go to space with Justin Bieber. Yes, they're gonna go to space, and so we're gonna hear about that. We heard about that, and guess what? We had a great singer on, and Sam doesn't know I'm on the show. But anyways, we're going to see Chris Baker. He's a really good singer, you know that. So, but anyways, I got in the back door today. I was in the audience in the back, and he didn't see me. Yes, okay. I can make a pretty good host too. So one day I'm gonna be a guest with Sam Stickler on this show. Anyway, so we'll talk to you soon, and don't turn that dial. No. Wait a minute. Don't turn that dial. We'll see you soon on This Week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Attention Medicare customers with diabetes. Now you can stop the painful pricking of your fingers with a continuous glucose monitor, and they're covered by Medicare if you qualify. Call right now for free information.
This one's called Like I'm Falling. One of my favorites on the album. Feeling like I'm falling. I got that wind rushing past my face. Feeling like I'm dying. What I said before I start to erase. You say that I'm destructive. I tear my own down while others thrive. You say I'm too passive. I've got to make my own way if I'm gonna survive. Who was I before this? Who was I before this? Who was I before this life? It started passing me by. I'm making my way now. I might move out east, shed this weight. I'm making my patchwork. I gotta figure it out before it gets too late. But it's coming up fast now. I'm making a change if I'm gonna revive. Are you coming with me? It's coming up soon, you gotta decide. Who was I before this? Who was I before this? Who was I before this life? It started passing me by. Hitting that road now, tread on my tires, losing shape. I'm taking this chance now, across every mile, through every state. But I'm not looking back now. It might be my time to shine. Coming up Memphis, where the blues have fell down deep inside. Who was I before this? 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 Who was I before this life? It started passing me by.
All right, thank you. You know, folks, this has been an amazing show. And again, I'd like to thank Alice Carruth from Spaceport America. She asked me to mention that if you have an extra 250 G's sitting around, you too can get a ticket to space. And I also wanted to thank my guest here, Chris Baker. Those songs off your new album, let's show it again, Bourbon on the Rocks. All right.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
All right. And again, remind the folks, when's your release party?
December 11th at the Amador Live. It should probably be about 7 o'clock. We haven't fully decided on that yet, but I think 7 o'clock is pretty safe bet there.
And we don't want to forget to mention that you are a former Aggie, right?
I am. Yep.
And tell us a little bit about your inspiration for some of these songs and getting into music.
Well, you know, obviously, I was in college when I started playing. I was 18 in college. And, I mean, you do it to get the girls. That's what you do. You know, I mean, we won't kid ourselves here. You know, there was maybe a couple other small reasons here and there, but it was for the ladies, for sure.
There you go. Well, you're married, so I think it worked, right?
Yeah, it worked. So far, so good.
And then you also mentioned, I don't want to forget to plug this as well, you, Monday nights on Facebook, you do like an open mic kind of request show?
Well, I've been doing the live stream ever since the shutdown kind of started this year. And so basically what I do is I get on my Facebook, and, you know, if people want to hear songs, then it's just this fully interactive kind of experience I like to do. And it's kind of cool because, you know, it's normally at a show I would kind of have some distance between me and the people. But for the live stream, you know, I can sit there and talk to them mid-song, you know, if I want to. You know?
That's awesome.
So it's a very interactive experience, and it's just a cool way to see some people. You know, I got like my high school football coach watches it a lot of times, and
That's
I
good.
got people all over the country that
funny.
watch in, and so it's just a cool way of interacting and being able to you know, kind of branch out in a whole different way.
So just look up Chris Baker, or do
Just
you?
Chris Baker.
All right,
yeah.
all right, that's awesome. All right, well, Chris, it's been a pleasure having you
Thanks
on the
for
show.
having me. Yeah,
I hope
it's
after
great.
you release the album and you do really well with it, you can come back on the show
There we go,
and play some more.
definitely. Be happy
We'd love to have you. We love plugging local music here on This Week with Sam Stichter. And you know, folks, like I said, this show has been out of this world, but we cannot do it without you. So as always, I just want to remind you, make this week your best week. I'm Sam Stichter. Thanks for tuning in.
This was the Sam Stichter Show.
Yeah.